opinion on that. But do you actually care? Do you actually care? If I give my opinion and it's not negative, okay, let me just preface. I know you guys want me to roast Paul. No, I'm not going to get to the point because I spent years of my life idealizing Paul, but it was my fault. So I want you guys to just listen. I know that it's like the popular thing. A lot of you guys were like anti-Paul maybe at some point in time, and everyone's allowed to have their opinion. I get that. Okay? But I have to be honest, and I'm not going to people please you guys. I don't have many negative things to say about Paul, to be honest. I don't. And I'll tell you some honest interactions that happened between him and I. Okay? I remember I was in a very dark place and I met Paul. Everyone, you guys, I just have to be honest because you guys don't know the perspective. Oh God, Miss Kib, I have a lot of thoughts on Miss Kib. Do not let me forget about that, please. Okay, so please don't let me forget. Please, please. Don't let me forget. Yes, I remember that infamous kiss. That was forever ago. So Paul was, you guys, you're gonna have to like get over how long this will take. I'm very unfocused. I need some coffee for this. The world around Paul in LA was insane. Everyone was obsessed with him. You guys, trust me. Everyone was like, let's go stream at Paul's. Let's go stream at Paul's. Oh my God, let's go stream at Paul's. Imagine you're Paul. Paul has trust issues. Rightfully so. Everyone literally wanted to use Paul. So of course, what the fuck is Paul gonna do? Use them back. Okay? It's just logical, right? Paul was very, I would say he was a lonely person. He was a very introspective person, surprisingly, you guys. I'm sorry, like, I have to be honest. If I had something really negative, I would fucking say it, and you guys need to respect that. Okay? I really need you guys to. I felt that Paul was very misunderstood, and off camera, he was different than he was on camera, and he felt very lonely to me. Honestly, like, he seemed sad and misunderstood. Honest on God, this is my perception. And if he was listening or if I was talking to him, he would probably deflect and laugh and make a joke. And that's okay. I think that Paul probably thinks and thought that I would, like, overanalyze and, like, overthink everything and ramble. I get why. So, I saw the way others wanted to use him, and I knew that it was not going to end well. He was obsessed with pleasing his Reddit, okay? You guys, I don't think that he has the massive ego that you think, though. He doesn't, I don't think. Again, hear me out. Fucking listen. Please listen. So, SSJ, oh God. I don't even know what, don't even get me. Okay, maybe he does have an ego. I don't know. I don't really, it's not like an issue that I'm passionate about. Like, I don't know. Okay, so, you guys, I just first have to preface, I don't know anything about Paul. I'm still a streamer groupie for Paul. No, you guys, I'm a streamer groupie for no one, and that's why you guys need to listen. Okay, I can't read the chat right now because I'm going to get distracted. So let me just ramble, okay? I'm going to ramble. So Paul was very young and very successful, and he had a formula that was working for making a lot of money, living a fast lifestyle, and creating good content. Yes. Were people used for the sake of spectacle and content? Absolutely. Looking back, we all willingly participated in being used for content. We were the ones showing up at his house, at his door, practically begging him, Paul, 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 Paul. Me included. It was fucking pathetic the way I acted. He was just a person, right? But instead he was treated like a demigod. That creates bizarre social interactions where you are literally used, no one gives a fuck about you, no one really knows you, and you're already a very confused person. Again, I was in a very dark place. When he invited me on that RV, it literally saved a very dark path that I was on. He saved me from a very dark situation. He did. He did. He did. He did. He was kind to me. Okay? I saw a very kind side of him. He's a very deep down, you guys, he is a kind person, and he just wanted to be accepted and please his audience. He truly was fixated on pleasing, and I believe he changed his life too much to satisfy the audience. But all anyone ever wanted was authenticity. But how the fuck is he supposed to know that? He's dealing with LA, toxicity, stalkers, obsessions, people using him. And then he probably did some weird shit that young people do. Yeah, I'm sure Paul fucked up a lot. I'm sure if you ask Paul, he admits that. So listen. Then, that RV, he really was kind to me. Very, very kind. There was a night in San Francisco. I was hanging out with Paul and some friend of his. He was a super nice, good, chill person. Off stream. There was no stream. I got to know, like, the real him, and I remember that. So I used to be obsessed with Paul accepting me, because everyone would always be like, Paul, Paul, Paul. So I would over-idealize Paul, and I was the one that was, like, really afraid of, like, Paul thinking I'm a leech, or Paul thinking this. It was really gross and stupid, you guys, honestly. Then there was the whole Caroline thing. It was fucked up that people literally did not make, okay, so, like, I have to say, like, that whole anti-Caroline thing was really weird to me. I didn't understand it at all. Like, yes, did she get plastic surgery and probably had body dysmorphia? Yes. But, like, so? Like, who cares? Like, they were in love back then, and, like, everyone made him lose, or he probably felt like he had to, like, lie because he wanted to people please. And again, I relate, and he wanted his money and content, I'm sure. Again, I think if someone asked Paul, he would agree that he made a mistake by letting viewers run his life. And then viewers actually didn't even like it because then he wasn't authentic. The whole thing became crazy. So, you guys have to admit that vintage Paul content was fucking cool. I think it went overboard. Again, I'm going to now say, I think it went overboard. I do not like the whole using homeless people for content. Again, like, I'm not, I don't personally like it, but, like, again, that's my opinion. It makes me feel a little uncomfortable, actually pretty uncomfortable when I think about it. Hold on 1 second. So yeah, that makes me feel sad. But, like, okay, that's just one little thing. So, I think that the Paul Caroline thing was probably very hard because he was living probably a double life, right? He was trying to, like, please everyone. So then I think that them and that disaster was probably very heartbreaking. I don't really know a lot because I was not invited on RV2. That really hurt my feelings, I'm not gonna lie. Because all I wanted was to be accepted. I was literally like the fucking loser on the outside, always wanting to be accepted. It was kind of pathetic, actually. I was pathetic. But I was sad. I was like, why wasn't I invited? I was really sad, actually. I felt very sad. Very fucking sad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't react well to rejection and not being included. It's my big trigger, and it really fucking hurt me. So, then, I think that Paul never, there was one day, I'll never forget. We were outside of his house in LA. I told him, I can't remember what I said, but I was like, this won't end well. This path, like, how do you live like this? And I knew it. I knew it. Now, I think that Paul is an example of someone that is willing to go too far, or he would go too far for the sake of content sometimes, for sure. Way too far. I think, though, it's easier said than done to know where your limit is when your life becomes the stream. I saw it, you guys, firsthand, behind the scenes. He really, like you have to kind of admire, for better or for worse, how fucking devoted to the content he was. I hope that makes sense. And the way that there were all these Andys and stuff, I find very weird and creepy. Like, this whole idolized culture. Like, no, Paul is a fucking person. He's not an idol. Like, that was the sickness, too. Okay, so then, fast forward. I stopped talking to everyone. Then I know you guys all want my opinion on Kimberly. I don't have an opinion other than that she's super fucking pretty. Super pretty. Very, very beautiful. I don't know much about Kimberly at all. I just think she's really, like, a beautiful looking person. And I think that, I'm glad that Paul did not allow his stream to dictate who he dated anymore. Now, I don't know about the whole, like, scamming, whatever. I have no fucking clue about that, so please don't ask me. I was not around anymore. Do not ask. I don't know what the fuck happened. I checked out after the Tarzana mansion. And by the way, I remember feeling butthurt that I was not even allowed at the mansion. I do think that I was just, like, such a loser that, like, again, I remember feeling, and this is really awkward for me to talk about, so you have to excuse how stupid I sound. And yes, I ramble. If you hate it, I'm sorry. I felt like I was left out again, and it made me sad. And those things made me want to just not stream anymore, because I was acting out my childhood of, like, always being a fucking loser. So anyway, he got with Kimberly. Clearly, she must understand him well, and they clearly have a very beautiful little world that they've created for themselves. I don't know anything about it. Please do not ask me. But I know that it's good that he stopped caring about living his life for viewers, and I think he had to do it. Was it insane to close the Reddit like that? Yeah, probably. Was it an understandable mistake? Yes. I don't think he was fully thinking, and I bet you if someone asked him now, would you still close the Reddit, he would say no, and he should say no. There were other ways to change. I remember that. But it happened. Life happened. I feel like I am not informed enough about Paul and all the other shit to give any other opinions, and I know that there are controversies, but I'm just giving you some maybe, like, different insight, because I'm bored of talking about the same shit all over again. Okay, let's see.